tonight at 11. KCAL Los Angeles
Radio Network. The Kings will go with Darcy Kemper in goal here in the preseason finale. Kemper figures to be the starting goaltender on opening night Thursday in Buffalo. And Stanley Cup champion, two-time Vezina Trophy winner Sergei Bobrovsky will be in goal for Paul Maurice and the Florida Panthers. The Kings will remain in Quebec after tonight's game. They'll move on down to Buffalo Tuesday and prepare for the season opener, which is Thursday. The Buffalo Sabres, we might add, will have a little snarl as they get set for their home opener. They lost both games in the Czech Republic yesterday and today to New Jersey to start their regular season. We're underway, and the Kings quickly in the zone with Kevin Fiala. His pass to the left circle broken up. Tried to get it to Quinton Byfield, who had a hat trick here in this building in the win against the Boston Bruins on Thursday night. Fiala with a couple of assists. Kulikov tried to get the puck in deep from the Kings line, goes over the glass and out of play. So Daryl, here in tonight's preseason finale, Kings will get another look at the big left winger, 24-year-old Andre Lee.
Yeah, Lee's deserved to be back in the lineup again for the effort that he put forth the other night, the energy that he's played with throughout training camp. And he just seems to, his confidence is growing each and every day. He's playing physical. I like the way that he plays. He plays in straight lines, doesn't get himself in any trouble, very responsible, trusting, getting in there quickly, and supporting all his teammates in any way he can. Lee will be on that fourth line with Turcotte and Lewis here tonight. Just underway, the Kings and the Florida Panthers. And Florida, this is their last preseason game. They'll start Tuesday. They'll raise the banner, the Stanley Cup banner, Tuesday down in Florida, and they'll host the Boston Bruins. The Panthers, coached by Paul Maurice. Jim Hiller begins his first full season behind the Kings bench. Kings get the puck to the right circle, and a quick shot taken by Laferriere as he fought off a check is deflected out of play. And Daryl, very much it looks like Laferriere, who begins his second year this season, will be on a line on opening night with two veterans in Kopitar and Kempe. Yeah, and I think Jim Hiller, is showing a lot of trust in him being there. They sampled it last year towards the end of the season, and he's come into training camp in the right mindset, playing off of those guys well. They can anticipate where he's going to be. He does the right things with the puck, a little bit bigger and stronger, so they'll expect a little bit more from him on the forecheck. And then also when they do get the puck in the offensive zone on the cycle, can't be content to keep the puck around the perimeter. He's a guy that likes to get to the front of the net. He's going to pick up some of those garbage goals. And being a right shot, we have seen him in the preseason games on the power play, and we expect him to be on, if not the first, the second unit when the season starts. Yeah, and again, that area down around the net is going to be a big benefit for him. He doesn't mind being there, even at an even strength, but on the power play with that right-handed shot, that definitely plays to his favor for some extra ice. Just underway, Kopitar with Laferriere and Kempe are out, and now as the Panthers take over after a Kings shoot-in, the Kings make a line change. Panthers on the attack, work it into the right wing corner to Reinhart. His pass winds up on the left wing boards, and a shot attempt from there is blocked, and the Kings will play it ahead. Chased down by defenseman Brandt Clark, putting some pressure on. He winds up with the puck up high. Leaves it at the left circle where it's centered, and a shot by Gavrikov high and wide. Held in by the Kings of the blue line. Gavrikov again a look, but that's deflected out of play. Yeah, good to see the defense in a shooting mode. No hesitation whatsoever. Florida adjusting quickly, getting in those shooting lanes, preventing pucks from getting through. One thing that has been consistent throughout the preseason is the way the Kings have come out of the gate. Not that they've scored early or anything like that, but they've spent a lot of time in the offensive zone, and they haven't given up a lot in the first 20 minutes of the games. Newcomer Tanner Jeannot wearing number 10 for the Kings, his new team. Out there with the Deneau and Moore. We expect them to be a line combination on opening night. And a loose puck. Deneau from Victoriaville, Quebec. Out to Gavrikov, sends it around, pinching Burrows, went behind him, but Deneau keeps it in deep. Battles in the corner, the puck squirts free. Gadjevich for Florida sends it rink wide out at center ice, but the Panthers couldn't control the puck with Patrick Giles reaching for it. Kings taking over as both teams change on the fly.
And a long lead pass by Gavrikov, tipped into the Florida end. Mikkola, who was a member of their Stanley Cup winning team, got it to center. Kings dump it right back in defensively. Anderson with Spence. Again, no Drew Doughty. Doughty had surgery on his left ankle earlier this week, and he is listed month to month. So the Kings with 3 right shot defensemen on the roster, and all 3 will no doubt be in the lineup on opening night. One of them is out there with the puck. Spence plays it in the corner. Sharp angle shot from the right side by Turcotte, turned aside by Bobrovsky.
Heads up play there by Andre Lee. He picked up the puck on his left side boards, and instead of throwing it back to the point on the near side, that's where all the traffic was. He took a look over his shoulder, wisely sent the puck around the rim. He got it out to Jordan Spence. Spence was able to get it down low. That set up the bid by Turcotte. Be it wasn't a great angle, but that leads to the first shot of the game. Like to see Turcotte again. I know he's playing in an energy type of role in that fourth line, but he's got some ability to take the puck to the net, do it whenever you get a chance.
Yeah, we asked Jim Hiller about the fourth line, and he said they've got to be responsible. Here come the Panthers, but Samoskevich couldn't get a good shot away as he was set up inside the right circle. Kings quickly the other way with Mikey Anderson to Byfield, to the attacking line, to the left circle. Byfield will stop up. 6 points in 3 preseason games for 22-year-old Quinton Byfield, is going to start this season at his natural position, which is center. Of course, he's played with Kopitar and Kempe quite a bit on the left side the last couple of seasons. Puck out at center ice. With it, Samoskevich, right winger out of Connecticut, rims it around the wall. Puck picked up, centered from the corner. They try to get it to Verhaeghe, but it's broken up, and the Kings will get it clear down the ice.
Good read defensively there by Spence. He was at his home plate position there right at the top of the blue paint. When he saw that pass coming across, he stepped out about 2 feet, was able to intercept the play, sending the Kings the other way.
Kopitar's line out with the Kempe and Laferriere. Andre beginning his 19th NHL season, of course, all in Los Angeles, which is a club record, as the Panthers move in with their captain Barkov, watched by Clark. Barkov feeds the blue line, and Adam Boquist will send the puck in deep. Work back up high. Shot attempt blocked. Never got through to the goaltender Kemper, and it's backhanded down by Laferriere. Wristed in by the Panthers, who change on the go. The Kings take over in a scoreless first period. Brandt Clark will lob it down to the Florida line. The Panthers take over, work it in on the right wing side. Reaching for it, unable to control, was Giles. And the Kings, Tanner Jeannot banks it off the right wing boards and down to the attacking blue line. 5:10 into the opening period. Kings back for the puck as the Panthers are called for icing. Kings, for what it's worth, have played very well defensively, Darryl, here in the, well, I guess it's worth something if you play well defensively in any type of stretch, but 4-0-1 in the preseason. They've only given up 8 goals.
Yeah, they've done a really good job at adjusting to the tweaks that they've put in the system on the forecheck, back through the neutral zone instead of the way they went 1-3-1 last year or 1-2-2. They're being a little bit more aggressive on the offensive side of the center ice red line. That's allowing them to spend less time at a defensive end.
Scoreless here in the first period. The Kings and the Panthers to center ice. Jacob Gadjevich on a shoot-in. And the puck cleared ahead up the left wing boards by Philip Deneau. Deneau out along with Jeannot and Moore. Moore with a loose puck. Moore moving behind the net, looking in front. Feeds the blue line. Burrows a shot blocked. Burrows now to Moore outside the right circle. Moore's centering feed is cleared away by Florida. Held in by Burrows. Burrows got it back in down low. Jeannot, Moore, and Deneau with a good shift here. 3 forwards in deep. Moore with the puck. Sends it up high. Gavrikov a shot, and he scores! Wrist shot from 50 feet, straight out by Gavrikov, and the Kings have a 1-0 lead.
Well, a great job on the forecheck there by the Kings. They spent extended time in the offensive zone. They worked the puck along the boards. They stretched out the Panthers defensively in their zone. They got it from down low. Jeannot to Moore up high. Deneau was coming across the top of the slot right at the hash marks. I believe he gets a stick on it, tipping the shot of Gavrikov. And the Kings strike first. They lead it 1-0.
Yeah, looking at the replay, it did change direction, so good eyes by you, Daryl. And the Quebec native Philippe Deneau might get credit for the goal on a deflection. He had an assist here in this building in front of family and friends on Thursday night. So the Kings with the game's first goal at 6:03. We'll wait for the official call. Playback underway. The Kings will get it in deep. They've got Turcotte out along with 6'5" Andre Lee and veteran Trevor Lewis. In on the forecheck are the Kings, and the Panthers able to clear the zone. Tipped back in by Spence. Delayed offside. The Kings touch up, and they'll make wholesale changes. Yeah, good job by the Deneau line, Daryl. They were putting the heat on, and finally they were rewarded. The 3 forwards and the 2 defense. It is Deneau on the deflection. Play now whistled down, and going to get a hand pass on Florida as they work the puck into the Kings' end. 13:07 left, first period here in Quebec. The Kings with a 1-0 lead over the Florida Panthers. And we'll take a timeout. You're watching Kings hockey tonight on KCAL and listening on ESPN LA and the Kings Radio Network.
It's opening night for the Kings at Crypto.com Arena. Your Los Angeles Kings take on the San Jose Sharks on October 24th at 7:30 p.m. Come grab a rally towel and cheer on your LA Kings.
You've seen this before, but it was just a logo. We were just an expansion team,
Adding 6 new teams.
breaking new ground for hockey. At first, it was just a goal, until it became a miracle. On paper, it was just a trade. Then you witnessed greatness. We were just the 8th seed. Now we're in the rafters. We were down 3-0. The rest is history. The thing about history, the more things change, and the more they stay the same. But then again, it's just a logo. Legacy moves us forward.
Craft your perfect experience with LA Kings 10-Ticket Flex. Game day, your way. Choose your perfect experience. 10-Ticket Flex on sale now at lakings.com/flex.
13:07 left, first period. Kings taking a 1-0 lead on Deneau's deflection of Gavrikov's shot. Trevor Moore credited with the second assist. Playback underway. Clark defensively with Edmondson, and as Clark sends it up the right wing, it goes out of play. Daryl, we expect Clark and Edmondson to be a pair on opening night, and a lot of eyes will be on young Brandt Clark.
Yeah, it's going to be a great opportunity for him, especially with the injury to Drew Doughty. An expanded role. We've seen him being used on the penalty kill, on the power play. Power play, that's where he thrives on. That's where he gets to use his skills. But the things that he's worked on over the summer have been the defensive part of his game.
Kings quickly in the zone. A slot shot by Fiala. I think went off a stick and wide. Verhaeghe at center for Florida. Cross ice pass, and it goes over Reinhart right at the Kings line. He was ducking. Kings away with a loose puck, and served into the right wing corner by Warren Foegele. Byfield, Fiala, and newcomer Warren Foegele will be a combination on opening night as the Panthers get the puck in deep. Reinhart, who had a fabulous year last season and was rewarded with an 8-year contract, so he's not going anywhere. Panthers have had to retool a bit after winning the cup last year, but you look at their top 6 forwards, their first 2 lines, they remain intact since they were able to sign Reinhart. Gavrikov in deep, threw it in the slot, broken up, and the puck cleared down by Florida. A lot of their support players left via free agency. No fewer than 6 players that were with them for the Stanley Cup run, so it's been a busy summer for their front office staff. 1-0 Kings, and here come the Kings to center. Kopitar off for Kempe, in on left wing. His pass back to Kopitar, broken up. Kopitar in the left wing corner with the veteran Kulikov. Kulikov bumped by Kempe, and going to get a whistle here. Going to get a penalty. Looks like a hold. And who's going to go?
Kopitar looks like. Yeah, Kopitar making his way over to the box, so the Kings in on the forecheck, and as the puck got dumped in for a split second there, Kopitar he thought the puck was going back the other way, and they reversed back coming into him, so Kopitar only had one hand on his stick. He reaches around with his right arm, he draws the holding call, and the Florida Panthers, with a solid power play, they'll get a chance to even things up.
Yeah, Anjay does not take a lot of penalties, has always been responsible in that regard, so might be another 20 games before he gets another penalty. I think he only had a handful last year. Backhander in tight by Tkachuk is over the net. Florida has the game's first power play. In front it comes, and it's swept by Reinhart wide of the net. And get in front. Reinhart set up, one-timer save made. He was set up by Barkov, and the Kings will get a clear.
Yeah, you look at Reinhart. He thrives on the power play. Last year, 27 power play goals to lead the NHL.
So the Panthers continue on the power play. Kings have a 1-0 lead. Florida gains the line, sets it up in front. Score! Barkov slipped behind the defense. Got the pass at the top of the goal crease and just tucked it in down low. And Sasha Barkov with the power play goal ties the game at 1.
Yeah, just great execution there by the Panthers. Nice little give and go play. Barkov, when he picks up the puck, coming in, a left-handed shot, brings it nicely around the goaltender, tucking it around Kemper's extended right leg to tie the game, or left leg with the power play goal. We're tied at 1.
So the goal coming at 9:07 with Kopitar in the penalty box. So the Kings back at full strength. The Florida power play last year was 23.5%, 8th in the NHL. Kings were 23% last year, so two pretty good power plays last season, Florida and the Kings. Playback underway as the Panthers have tied it up. They get the puck in deep. Gadjevich is battling, knocked off the puck. Kings battle to get control in the corner to the left of Kemper. Deneau's line is out, and the puck up the wall to Jesper Boquist. He's a newcomer on the forward lines for Paul Maurice and the Panthers this year. The Kings had it, but then turned it back over. Ekblad, the veteran, sends it around the wall. The Kings taking over deep in their own ice. Anderson got it from Jeannot, and he'll feed Spence as both teams change on the go. So Deneau for the Kings, Barkov for Florida, tied at 1. And here comes the big 6'5" Lee for LA in the zone with a shot from the right circle and a save made by Bobrovsky.
Yeah, just doing the simple little things there. Make sure you keep the puck pushing forward, puts the puck on the net, forces an offensive zone face-off for the next line.
We'll take a break here in Quebec City and the Videotron Center with the game tied at 1.
When the truck hit my son, I had so many questions about his case. I called the Barnes firm. It was the best call I could have made.
Call the Barnes firm now and find out what your case could be worth.
800-8 million.
This is CBS Eye on Community.
In California, earthquakes, fires, or other natural disasters can happen without warning. It's important for everyone, especially older adults, to be prepared. Make sure you have a solid emergency plan and practice it regularly. For helpful tips and resources, go to aging.ca.gov or call 800-510-2020.
Sponsored by the California Department of Aging, your connection to aging resources.
When a truck hit my car, the insurance company wasn't fair. I didn't know what my case was worth, so I called the Barnes firm.
I'm Rich Barnes. It's hard for people to know how much their accident case is worth. Let our injury attorneys help you get the best result possible.
It's not just a donation.
It's a warm blanket. It's a bottle of clean water.
It's a roof and a bed.
It's knowing someone cares.
It's feeling safe.
It's a today that's better than yesterday.
Every dollar you can spare helps so much more than you can imagine. Please, donate now to help people affected by Hurricane Helene. Your support is urgently needed.
Kings won and the Panthers won. Preseason action here in Quebec City. Once the home of the Quebec Nordiques. They were in the NHL from 1979 to 1995. Then they moved the franchise to Denver. And they've been in Denver ever since, of course, the Avalanche. They've won a couple of Stanley Cups. Brant Clark pressured deep in his own ice. Sends it around for Lewis. Hands it off to Edmondson. He got checked on the play. Samoskevich with it to the right circle. Hands it off as they cycle. Lundell moving up high. He'll leave it at the right side, and a shot attempt is blocked as Adam Boquist, a newcomer on the blue line, tried to get it through. Kings get a clear. Dumped right back in by Samoskevich. Here's Gavrikov with room up the left side. Headmans for Lewis still out. Lewis will get it in deep, and now he'll head to the bench. Trevor closing in on 1,000 NHL games, most of them with the Kings. He'll get to game number 1,000 probably in late November, early December. Gavrikov inside the Kings line. Hands it off to Foegele to Byfield. Speeds up the middle. Byfield stick handling. Couldn't get around the defender. And a good individual effort there. Denied by Florida Sticks.
Yeah, good recovery there by Kulikov. It looked like he was beat, but he was able to recover because he turned the right way, utilizing his reach to get back at Byfield.
Daryl, I just want to get your take on Byfield's play. Do you see a difference from last year now that he's moved into the middle, his natural position?
I think the middle has something to do with it, Nick, and I think the contract has something to do with it. I think he feels that he's at home now. He's confident. He knows he's going to be with the Kings for a long time. He's got the money. He's in a secure position right now, and I think what he feels is the team believes in him, so now it's up to him to go out and execute, and he's been showing that all training camp.
Yeah, and of course, for any young center, no matter if you're a high first-round pick, which Byfield was second overall in his draft year, you've got to be responsible on your own end, defensive play, and you've got to win your share of faceoffs. And that's what Byfield told us the other day. He's aware that those are two things he's got to work on constantly if he wants to get the ice time down the middle as the Kings go offside at the attacking blue line.
Yeah, and those are all the little things that coaching staff will look at. They know he can skate. They know he's a playmaker. They know he can make things happen in the offensive zone. Even going back to last year when he started to get some shifts up the middle of the ice in the latter part of the season, he talked about how much he learned from Kopitar and Kempe being down low, supporting the defense. The battles in the face-off circles, just not, try to outdo the centerman. It's, boxing him out, allowing one of your teammates to get in and get a 50-50 puck.
And of course, playing with Kopitar and watching Deneau the last few years, he's watching two of the best defensive centers in the NHL. 1-1 tie. Shot attempt from the blue line. Florida blocked. Vilmanis tried to get it through, and now it's center ice, a battle for the loose puck along the wall. Moore there with Tkachuk, away with the Deneau into the zone to Moore. A shot, missed the short side. Spence holding it in, got it right side, shot from there, blocked. Shot taken from the right circle by Jeannot. Now Edmondson kept it in deep, threw it down low. Moore chasing, but the Panthers away with it. Moore had no help. The Kings were changing. We're tied at 1. Shot attempt from the left circle wide as the Kings got a stick on it. That attempt by Vilmanis. And a board battle, away with it Kulikov. Threw it to the left wing boards. Panthers work it in down low. Edmondson for LA, ahead to center for Turcotte. Turcotte bumped, but he got the puck in deep. Alex up with the Kings for about 20 games last year. First NHL goal was on the road in Nashville, and looks like he'll be in the lineup on opening night in Buffalo on Thursday. Good sticks by the Kings, but a bouncing puck still into the King zone. Samoskevich behind the net, and they got tugged at, slashed at, and we're going to get a penalty. So Panthers tied it on the power play. Barkov the goal. When we come back, they'll have another power play. We're tied at 1. You're watching Kings Hockey on KCAL tonight. Listening.
I love being able to have friends in this group. It's cool because they all support me, and we've gotten better and better and better, and I like it.
It's opening night for the Kings at Crypto.com Arena. Your Los Angeles Kings take on the San Jose Sharks on October 24th at 7:30 p.m. Come grab a rally towel and cheer on your LA Kings.
Craft your perfect experience with LA Kings 10-ticket flex. Game day your way. Choose your perfect experience. 10-ticket flex on sale now at lakings.com/flex.
To have friends in this group. It's cool because they all support me, and we've gotten better and better and better, and I like it.
The call is slashing on Gavrikov. 14-15 here in the first period. So the Panthers, who scored earlier in the period, Barkov, a power play goal from Reinhart, have their second straight man advantage. And Barkov is out there along with Tkachuk and Reinhart. The blue line on one side is Adam Boqvist. And a battle. Byfield flipped it up on the backhand, not out. Held in by Boqvist, who centers. Quick shot blocked. Good look from the right side by Carter Verhaeghe. And the Kings, with pressure out at the blue line, get a turnover. Good read there by Byfield as he knocked it off Adam Boqvist's stick and got it down the ice.
Yeah, utilizing his reach, leading with his stick, keeping Boqvist right up against the boards there. He wasn't able to get the puck backhand to forehand. And Byfield was able to get it out and send it down.
Kempe breaks up a play at the Kings line. Kempe the other way, shorthanded. Kempe to the circle, a shot. Save is made. Loose puck, and the rebound rolled right off the stick of Kempe with Bobrovsky down and out. Kempe almost had his second shorthanded goal of the preseason.
Yeah, they've been very good. He and Kopitar in the penalty kill. They've been very aggressive offensively. They're not afraid to hang on to the puck and make something happen.
Evan Rodriguez moves in. His centering pass is tipped on. Lundell was denied by Darcy Kemper. Lundell with it again. Threw it down low. Power play for the Panthers continues. Now Ekblad feeds it in front. In too deep, but shooting anyway. Lundell. Save is made as Kemper hugged the post. Puck now in the high slot. Tipped out to Ekblad. Ekblad to Rodriguez. Touch pass, move down low. Lundell for Ekblad. Wrist shot wide off the end. Dasher. They score. Lundell got a good bounce off the end dasher after Ekblad's shot went wide, and all he had to do was tap it in past Kemper. Another power play goal, and the Panthers have a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, some nice puck movement there by the Panthers. Ekblad didn't have much of a lane, but he filters the puck down low, and a very fortuitous bounce as it comes off the backboards, and Kemper came out to challenge the shot, wasn't able to recover and get himself up against that short side pipe. So the Panthers, with just 4 shots on goal, all 4 shots coming via the power play, they have a 2-1 lead.
So Barkov at 9:07, and now Lundell at 16:03 with power play strikes after Deneau's even strength goal gave the Kings an early 1-0 lead. Kings now called for icing, so we'll get a face-off back in the Kings end with 3:51 left in the opening period.
And just look at the different options that the Florida Panthers power play poses against you. They can beat you from up high. They've got a great umbrella formation, a lot of traffic around in front of the net. Guys like Tkachuk when they're on the ice, and then Reinhart again. We talked about him earlier. Led the NHL with 27 power play goals. We all know how dangerous Barkov can be, usually a distributor, but a big body does a great job at distributing the puck.
So the Kings trailing, which we haven't said all that much here in the preseason. The Florida Panthers with a couple of power play goals up 2-1. Grant Clark around the wall to Lee. His touch pass sends out Turcotte. Turcotte with Lewis to center ice. Turcotte sends it cross ice. Puck taken and thrown towards the net by Clark. Turcotte now threw it in front and a chance in tight. Save is made as the Kings were hounding the puck, and they got a pretty good look from between the circles.
Yeah, not too bad at all. And anytime there's a goal scored, those next shifts, whether you've been scored upon or you're the team that scored, you want to come right back the other way. They do a good job getting the puck. Turcotte did from below the goal line, sent it right back up into the slot area. That was filtered to the net by Lee. Lee, the F3 in that position. Simple play again, puts it on the net. He's got 2 of the 7 shots on goal by the Kings.
Andre Lee, a native of Sweden, last 2 years with the Ontario Reign. Not a big scorer, but they like his size, and he's been consistent in being physical in on the forecheck. Decent skater, so he's getting another look here as the preseason winds down. 2-1 Panthers. Panthers on the attack. Lundell with the go-ahead goal. Tried to make a play from the left wing. It's broken up. Now Mikkola, right circle shot, tipped, and it goes wide. And it was knocked out of the air with a high stick and then played by Florida and a whistle.
Now, Florida does a lot of things. They play the game the right way, very similar to the way the Kings would like to design their game plan. They're a heavy team. They play with patience. They make you make mistakes. They stay in your face. They're physical. They win the battles along the boards. They go to the hard areas. So in order to get points away from the Florida Panthers, you're going to have to be at your best. And right now, the difference in the game is the special teams, with Florida connecting twice on the power play.
Byfield back out with Fiala and Fogle, as the Panthers will get it in deep off the draw, and a battle behind the net. Tkachuk tipped it in front, knocked down out of the air. Byfield for Fiala, and across in the right wing for Burrows. Burrows slapped it down to the Florida line, and the Panthers will take over. Valmanis to the Kings line, drops it, gets it back, gets bodied in the corner. Kings away with the puck. 2-1 Florida. Panthers with some up ice pressure. Kings rim it around the left wing boards. Tipped by Jeannot to Gavrikov. Gavrikov, a long stretch pass, broken up right outside the Florida line, and the Kings will regroup again with Gavrikov. For Anderson, and ahead to Moore. Moore's lead pass didn't connect. Panthers the other way. Reinhart got checked at the Kings line, and Anderson will take over. Feed it across to Spence. Spence stripped of the puck by Reinhart. Reinhart to Verhaeghe just on. Now out at the blue line it comes. A give and go and a shot fired wide. A hard drive from the blue line, just wide from about 55 feet. A minute 38 left. First period, 2-1 Florida. Reinhart on right wing. Threw it at the net, deflects wide, and the Kings will take over. Panthers going for a change. Spence, a lead pass onside. Laferriere to Kempe down to the left circle. He threw it in front, went off a leg or a stick, and a save made alertly by Bobrovsky. Laferriere again with it. Across on the right side to Clark. Clark, nice move around one man to the net. Shoots. Just wide. Oh, nice individual effort there, showing off his skating skills, Brant Clark. A minute to play in the period. Here's Kempe trying to hand it off. Kopitar battling with Jesper Boquist. Boquist went down. Kopitar couldn't make a play, and the puck still inside the Florida zone. Kempe away with it. Spinning. Kempe out to Edmondson. A shot through traffic. Save is made. Good shift by the Kings. Clark with it, left wing side, centered, tipped, just wide. Kopitar with the deflection, and Bobrovsky will cover.
Yeah, nice little setup there. Kopitar getting the read direction. It beats, goes past the net to the left of Bobrovsky. And as Kopitar went after the puck behind the net, He tried to bank it back in as Bobrovsky was coming across to his left, trying to put it off the back of his pad, but Bobrovsky was able to recover. Good ship by the Kings, getting pucks from up high, down low, stretching out the Panthers defensively, and then finding the seam to the net.
Bobrovsky, 36 years of age, now with a Stanley Cup on his resume, along with a couple of Vezina trophies. He's closing in on 400 career wins. He's 14th all-time with 396, 15th on the all-time list. Ex-King great Jonathan Quick, who checks in, begins the season with 393 wins. Face off to the right of Bobrovsky after a quick icing. 2-1 Florida. And off the draw with Turcotte out along with Lee and Lewis. Ekblad sends it around the wall. Panthers to center ice. Samoskevich into the zone to the right circle. A shot kicked out. Samoskevich has been around that puck here in the first period. Lee the other way. The rangy Andre Lee couldn't get around a defender in the right wing corner. He was battling with Nico Mikkola, and we get the horn to end the opening period. Philip Deneau got the Kings on the board with a deflection of a Gavrikov shot at 6:03. But then a couple of power play goals for Florida, Barkov and Lundell. And Daryl, after 20 minutes, Panthers have a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, I thought it was.
You've seen this before, but it was just a logo. We were just an expansion team,
adding 6 new teams,
breaking new ground for hockey. At first, it was just a goal, until it became a miracle. On paper, it was just a trade. Then you witnessed greatness. We were just the 8th seed. Now we're in the rafters. We were down 3-0. The rest is history. The thing about history, the more things change, and the more they stay the same. But then again, it's just a logo. Legacy moves us forward.
It's opening night for the Kings at Crypto.com Arena. Your Los Angeles Kings take on the San Jose Sharks on October 24th at 7:30 p.m. Come grab a rally towel and cheer on your LA Kings.
I love being able to have friends in this group. It's cool because they all support me, and we've gotten better and better and better, and I like it.
Craft your perfect experience with LA Kings 10-ticket flex. Game day, your way. Choose your perfect experience. 10-ticket flex on sale now at lakings.com/flex.
After my car accident, I wondered what my case was worth. So I call the Barnes firm.
I'm Rich Barnes. Is your accident case worth more than insurance offered? Call the Barnes firm now to find out. You might be surprised.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sean, founder of 4M Dental Implant Centers. I know it's tough to live with missing, broken, or loose teeth.
It was very hard for me to go out and smile. I just can't believe what you did in one day. I feel alive again.
My only regret is not doing it sooner.
My teeth are my favorite part of my body now.
I want to help you too. Call us now for our very special offer.
Call 844-4M-DENTAL.
When the truck hit my son, I had so many questions about his case. I called the Barnes firm. It was the best call I could have made.
Call the Barnes firm now and find out what your case could be worth.
800-8 million.
Continuing coverage now of our breaking news.
3 absolutely major fires burning in our region at one time.
We're starting to get glimpses of the devastation left behind by these wildfires.
Take a look behind me. This is one of the homes that was destroyed.
There are firefighters on the sides of that house.
Our priority was life safety. It is incredible to watch what they are doing out here.
Something that local residents of 30 years had never seen before.
God bless our firefighters.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
I think I asked direct questions. I don't know that they're tough questions per se.
How do you respond to enough is enough?
Why hasn't that persuaded some members of the Republican caucus? That's the role of Face the Nation, to focus on the issues at hand. And that means a civil conversation with perspective.
Philip Deneau with the tip to open up the scoring in Quebec City. Panthers lead it 2-1 after 20 minutes. And welcome back into the KCAL studio. I'm Darren Haynes. He is Josh Schaefer, the voice of the Ontario Reign. Josh, first of all, take us through that first goal, only goal by the Kings by Deneau.
Well, it really starts, Darren, with a really strong shift. I know that we saw the forward lines a little bit in that first period, or before the first period started. Tanner Jeannot, Philip Deneau, who's from Quebec, and Trevor Moore on the right side. They just keep the puck moving in the offensive zone, get the puck to the blue line. It's a low shot, and Deneau comes to the middle and is able to deflect it past the goaltender. But see, from the corner, they just keep it moving. Gavrikov center point, his shot. This is one where it typically goes low to high, but it kind of deflects off of Deneau's stick and into the back of the net. They wanted to bring in Jeannot to create space for guys like Philip Deneau, and that's exactly what he does.
Now, we know that the Panthers, they scored 2 goals. 2 of them, they were power play goals. That was an issue for the Kings last year against Edmonton in the playoffs. The PK is something to definitely keep an eye on, especially with Drew Doughty out.
Yeah, it's certainly something that the Kings are going to want to focus on. They were really good in the regular season last year. Playoffs, not so much against McDavid and the Oilers, but 2 kind of strange plays. You know, it's kind of a clear chance where you've got 3 defenders skating toward the goalie. That's never a good thing on the penalty kill, and there's not much for Darcy Kemper to do. He commits to the shot. We heard that on the broadcast from Darrell Evans. He commits to the shot, and when he goes forward to stop that shot, it's just a lucky bounce for the Panthers off the boards. It's kind of a set play, maybe not to shoot it off the boards like that, but looking for a rebound, and it was right there to deflect home for Lindell.
All right, tough break there. All right, women's participation in hockey is on the rise, and recently the Kings partnered with USA Hockey for a special weekend at Toyota Sports Performance Center, offering free level 1 coach and referee certification for 50 women. Here's a look back at the event.
Who are with USA Hockey, so let's give them a round of applause.
This weekend, very excited. Anytime we get to partner with our NHL partners to deliver an all-female coaching clinic and officiating clinic. It's to grow our female numbers in both coaching and officiating. So very excited to be a part of this.
Girls hockey is growing every single year. The past 15 seasons we've had a 65% increase in girls hockey, and we wanted to offer this free program to give women an opportunity to get on the ice, whether that's for refereeing and coaching.
We want you to be competitive on the ice, but then how can we still continue to be respectful both on and off the ice?
We're now intentionally focusing on the growth of females in our sport, where before I think it was very organic, and our numbers of coaching and officiating females in both of those roles are growing with our intentional efforts to grow in that space.
For girls to grow up and see women playing hockey and having a female role model that they can look up to is not only just so important for them, but so important for just sports in general. I'm very passionate about doing that, and the LA Kings are too, and giving like a platform for women to just grow and for someone to look up to is really, really great.
The community that we're growing is a very supportive one, and I think the more people that we can invite into it, the better it's going to be overall.
You go, ladies. Time for a break now. When the intermission report continues, a sit-down with former Kings defenseman Matt Green for a look back at winning 2 cups and how he's helping the franchise chase a 3rd.
suspect down.
Listen, I need to send you a crime scene that's developing right now. The desk is this innovative new design concept that we have that allows us to bring the viewers one step closer to what we're doing to uncover, discover, and bring you the news.
Mark, this is a pretty hard situation to get out of.
Yeah, the good news here, no life-threatening injuries. The driver was able to get out of this vehicle. Here in our desk segment, we're going to present that data to you directly. No filters, the raw, accurate information of what's happening in Los Angeles.
Mike, what are the details on this one?
Yeah, you know, Pat and Chauncey, I actually have the detective on hold right now, so I'm going to get back to him in just a second. You won't get these kind of updates anywhere else besides here because we're getting them and giving them to you as soon as we have them. We heard this at the scanner at the assignment desk. There are just so many different resources at our fingertips and so many different people that we talk to be able to get the information to better serve our viewers. I love it. I think it's a way that we can bring viewers something that they haven't seen before on the news.
Stop dreaming.
Experience the high-tech magnificence of an all-electric Mercedes-Benz SUV. Visit your Mercedes-Benz dealer for special offers on select EV models.
It's your moment. The views, the people. That's a recipe for a loving moment. Right now, it's the only moment. The seafood, the wine, the steak and lobster. Cielo at Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times.
LA Comic-Con returns October 4th through 6th. Experience rare cast reunions like Back to the Future with Michael J. Fox and the Addams Family. Meet Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen from Star Wars, and so much more. Get your tickets today at ComicConLA.com.
Congratulations to KCAL News for winning an Emmy for Best Daytime Newscast.
And the Panthers have a 2-1 lead.
Panthers up 2-0 against the Kings after the first period. Anton Lundell with Florida's second power play goal of the opening frame. Welcome back. Matt Green actually played 9 years for the LA Kings, winning Stanley Cups in 2012 and 2014. Known for his toughness on the ice, Green is still with the organization working in player development. Now, I sat down with him for a look back at his time as a player and how he hopes that translates into coaching.
The Los Angeles Kings are indeed the Kings of the National Hockey League. They are the 2012 Stanley Cup champions.
What was it like winning those?
Pretty indescribable. I think the best way to try to do it is just saying it was just relief. I think of finally getting there and being able to get it done. And again, it's such a cool feeling because you're living your dream, but you're living it with 25 of your closest friends, and everybody's getting to do the same thing on that same night. Without sports, it's pretty uncommon to have that feeling of where, you know, you go to a wedding and you share that with your wife, but you know, you do this, you share it with all your closest friends, and it's such a special feeling, and that's the closest I can have to describing it.
Shot from there to save and a rebound score! Yes! Kings win the cup!
What do you remember the most about that camaraderie with your teammates, about what the celebration was like?
Just traveling in a pack. I mean, there's one text message would go out of one phone call, and all of a sudden, 10 minutes later, 20 guys would be there. So you just had such a tight-knit team where everybody loved each other, and we still get along, we still talk, and it's special.
Richards wins the draw, and a shot by Green, and he scores!
I'm really proud of with the group that we had, that we could kind of all raise our game together, kind of grow together, and win championships. And I think that's what I'm most proud of, is that core was really intact from kind of the start on, and we all got to reap the benefits of it together, and I think that's why we're so close still.
When you see this, like, what kind of memories does this bring back?
I should have ducked, I should have moved. That's it, I think. If it was intentional, I could go back, I would have moved out of the way of every single one of those pucks, but or at least got my face out of the way.
Well, how often do people actually maybe still bring that up with you?
The worst thing is, sometimes my son or something like that, he came home one day from school and he's like, Daddy, I hit in the face with a puck. I was like, yeah, it happened. And it's really not a conversation you want to have with your 7-year-old at the time.
Yeah.
And so just there's a lot more to hockey than, getting hit in the face with a puck and then being known for that. You can improve your skills doing something else.
Now you're developing, you're coaching these younger group of guys. What did you learn from your pro playing career that you now will push onto these guys to help them out?
It's things that we all figured out, but it took us 10, 12 years to do it. And now it's our job to teach these kids, hopefully in 2 or 3 years. Well, they're going to figure it out. Let's speed up the process and do it. If you can pay that back and you can pass that down, and that's part of staying involved with the Kings and staying part of that brotherhood where it's your duty to make sure that those guys coming up behind you when you were playing accelerated faster than you did and learned from you, and you could teach them things to help them help you win. And now we're doing the same thing with these younger generation players to get the Kings another championship.
Gotta love Matt Green. All right, the second period between the Kings and Panthers from Quebec City is coming up right after this.
You've seen this before, but it was just a logo. We were just an expansion team,
adding 6 new teams,
breaking new ground for hockey. At first, it was just a goal, until it became a miracle. On paper, it was just a trade. Then you witnessed greatness. We were just the 8th seed. Now we're in the rafters. We were down 3-0. The rest is history. The thing about history, the more things change, and the more they stay the same. But then again, it's just a logo. Legacy moves us forward.
I love being able to have friends in this group. It's cool because they all support me, and we've gotten better and better and better, and I like it.
Get incredible savings store-wide at Jerome's.
Plus, we'll pay the state sales tax. That's right, we'll pay the state tax or get no interest financing. And be sure to check out the incredible values at the outlet.
Inside every Jerome's. Jerome's.
This is CBS Eye on Community.
In California, earthquakes, fires, or other natural disasters can happen without warning. It's important for everyone, especially older adults, to be prepared. Make sure you have a solid emergency plan and practice it regularly. For helpful tips and resources, go to aging.ca.gov or call 800-510-2020.
Sponsored by the California Department of Aging, your connection to aging resources.
All right, everybody down. This is a robbery. Keep quiet. Nobody gets hurt.
Law Brothers. What are you Are you whispering? We're standing right here. We can see you on the phone.
Yeah, hang it up. I'm sorry, I can't. It's a client. Hey, make sure you tell them they don't pay it unless they win. I wish our lawyer had that deal.
The Law Brothers are always there for their clients.
Any chance you guys do criminal law?
You've seen them, you've heard about them, and Jerome's is the place to get them. Genuine Tempur-Pedic mattresses, scientifically developed to deliver deep, undisturbed sleep. Plus, get 36-month no-interest financing at Jerome's.
How well do you really know people? What is the main reason to grow a beard? We look at questions from 2 opposite points of view. We asked married women, single men, and the right answers could lead to big money. It's time to take a ride on the flip side.
Weeknights at 6 and 6:30 on KCAL Los Angeles.
Nick Nixon, Darrell Evans back here in Quebec City. Final preseason game for the Kings and the Panthers. 2-1 Florida, both of their goals on the power play. And Darrell, as you talked about at the end of that first period, Florida had 5 shots the entire period, 4 in the power play, so 5 on 5. The Kings gave them absolutely nothing.
Yeah, they did a great job in the defensive zone, denying chances via the rush. Florida trying to attack with speed, counterattack, involved their defense, but the Kings took away the lanes, forcing the shots to the outside, and they got sticks on pucks a lot of times, not allowing shots to get through. Easy period, so to speak, for Kemper, but when it comes to the power play, Florida took advantage of that, capitalizing twice. 4 of their 5 shots came on the power play. The only shot 5 on 5 for Florida came in the dying seconds there. So Lundell had that one late in the period. Kings just need to continue to keep doing a little bit more of what they're doing 5 on 5 and clean up the special teams.
And again, welcome to all watching in Southern California on KCAL, listening on ESPN LA and the Kings Radio Network. We're underway here in period 2. The goaltender tonight, Bobrovsky, Florida, Kemper for LA. Point shot from the left side sails wide as Gavrikov let it go. Puck behind the net, centered, and a shot over the net. Oh, a good look by Kevin Fiala. I don't know, Darrell, if that was deflected. I think Fiala was trying to pick the upper right corner.
Yeah, he saw that Bobrovsky, who lost his stick a few seconds earlier, he was coming out to challenge, and Fiala definitely was going upstairs. Whether or not the defender got his stick on it or not 100% sure. We'll wait to get another look at it. But right now, Kevin Fiala, who had a good chance the other night here in this building, and another good chance right there, and unable to get it through to the net.
Kevin with 73 and 72 points in his last 2 seasons, both in LA. His first 2 seasons in LA, averaging almost a point a game since he came over in a trade. Here come the Kings. Byfield, curl and drag, centered across, broken up by Barkov as Fiala tried to get that nifty feed from Quinton Byfield.
Yeah, great read there by Barkov, coming down the middle of the ice, taking away that lane.
2-1 Panthers. Verhaeghe up the right wing, stopped up at the Kings line. He got it back, but a delayed whistle and an offside. Jonathan Deschamps, Johnny Murray, the linesman tonight. Frederic Lecuyer, Eric Furlat are the referees.
Now, in that outnumbered attack, Byfield thought that he had Kevin Fiala wide open on the back door, but Barkov, who was tracking, coming back, leading with that stick, did a great job extending that stick out, preventing that play from connecting, and then he was able to recover, coming back the other way with the Panthers.
Philip Deneau has the Kings goal tonight. Barkov and Lundell power play goals for Florida. Early second period. Kopitar's line is out. Kempe with a keep in, threw it at the net, steered aside easily, and now the puck cleared by Balinskis to center ice, tipped back into the Florida end. Lundell will hand it off for the veteran Kulikov. He'll play it up the left wing down into the King zone. Anderson took a bump in the corner. Kopitar sent it around, and Laferriere will tip it past everybody and get it down the ice.
Yeah, good job there by Laferriere, stealing the boards there. Coming across down the boards was Kulikov. He was trying to keep it in, and Laferriere was able to get a piece of it, taking out the defender, allowing that puck to exit the zone.
Panthers on the attack. Jesper Boquist can't get around Spence. The puck cleared into the corner by Tanner Jeannot. 2-1 Panthers. Adam Boquist for Samoskevich, feeds it in front, and Gadjevich tried to jam it in, coming off that post to the left of the Kings goaltender. Panthers send it in down low. Gadjevich with it, looking for a play. At the circle, is centering pass, and a shot attempt blocked. Another attempt goes wide. Patrick Giles got a stick on that first bid. Panthers with their so-called fourth line out there. Now we get a whistle, and might be getting a hand pass right here.
Yeah, that was one of the better shifts by the Panthers in the offensive zone. They did a good job at sealing the boards, not allowing the Kings a clean exit coming out. They did filter the puck towards the net. We end up with one shot on goal down low. Goaltender Kemper did a nice job coming across to take away that pass, but that was Gadjevich with that chance, but extended time for the Panthers in the offensive end.
Yeah, Jonah Gadjevich had some time in the NHL with San Jose. trying to win a job here with Florida. Florida, like the Kings, down to almost the roster limit. Teams have to get down to 23 healthy bodies by opening night. Panthers open up Tuesday at home with Boston. Kings open on the road in Buffalo on Thursday. Lead pass on the left wing just out of the reach of Jeannot. Almost set up by Philip Deneau. Deneau with it, a shot. Stick save is made. Edmondson fanned on a pass, winds up. Jeannot's shot is blocked. Taken on the right wing boards by Clark of the Kings. Clark for Moore to Deneau, moves behind the net into the left wing corner. Now outside the left circle, out to Edmondson. Right point to Clark with a shot, fought off by Bobrovsky and picked up by Florida, but a turnover by Valmanis almost resulted in a Kings chance at the top of the goal crease, but the Panthers do get a clear. Back comes Clark, feeds right side, and a shot Turcotte, fought off by Bobrovsky. Grant Clark setting up Turcotte, a couple of the younger Kings. Verhaeghe the other way. Checked off the puck. Nice play, Lewis in the zone for Turcotte. Turcotte hands it off. Down low, Burrows to the net, a shot. Save is made, a scramble and a whistle, and we're going to get a slashing penalty.
And good shift there by the Kings. They battle right back. They get a couple of shots on goal. Activating their defense. Brant Clark off the rush did a really good job. Blinking off the Panthers off their blue line and sending it to Turcotte for a pretty good bid coming in on his off wing.
So the Kings will get their first power play here tonight as they try to tie the game. Both Florida goals in that first period were on the power play as Verhaeghe will head off. And we talked about Alex Laferriere, second year pro, second year with the Kings, being a right shot. One of the reasons why he's getting some power play time here in the preseason. He starts this power play unit, and right off the draw, a shot from up top by Clark, gloved down by Bobrovsky.
Yeah, and he's going to get a really good look. He's got decent size. He's got a good hockey IQ around the net. Respectable hands. He can pick up some of those rebounds, get some tips. But he has to remember he's got to keep plays alive along the boards. Penalty killers at this level are very aggressive, and Florida's got a really good aggressive hockey club. They're going to take away your time and space, so things have to happen quick for him.
Yeah, with Doughty out injured, Clark will get a lot of power play time early on with another youngster, Jordan Spence. Panthers off the draw will get it down the ice. So the first power play unit here in the preseason has had Clark out with Kopitar, Laferriere, Kempe, and Fiala. Kempe in on right wing to Laferriere. Back to Kempe. Around the wall it comes, and a board battle in deep in the Florida end. The Kings on a power play. Ekblad, Luostarinen battling. Puck free to Fiala. Fiala double teamed. Fought off the pressure, sends it cross ice, but it's chopped away from Laferriere and out to center and down by Luostarinen. Kings on the power play for another minute 8. 2-1 Florida. Dump in, chase down Fiala's pass. Cross ice broken up, and the puck down the ice.
Fiala had the right idea there, knowing the Panthers were coming down, collapsing in the corner where he was. He tried to get it back up to the point, but Clark was coming in. He was coming into pressure down low. Had he stayed high, the puck would have been right at him.
Second unit out. It includes Byfield. Byfield in the corner for Deneau. Deneau to Byfield, rolled away from him. Moore out to Spence. Back in, down low it comes. Deneau chops it around the wall. Puck winds up outside the left circle. Byfield neatly out to Spence. A shot saved through traffic. Puck out to Spence. To Byfield on the right wing. Power play LA, shot pass, block. Byfield shoots it wide while a bit off balance. Puck is off the boards past Moore and down the ice.
Yeah, Byfield like to have that one back. Nice little tip play going to the high slot area. The defenders for Florida stepped up and blocked it.
Here's Moore, hands it off, and Spence with a drive that's blocked away, and the Panthers will get a clear, and they are at full strength. Kings had a couple of good looks towards the end of the power play. Still 2-1 Florida. Here's a turnover. Verhaeghe down to the right circle, feeds the middle, and a shot. Save is made. The rebound. Giles couldn't get the second opportunity through, and now the Kings will pick it up and come to center ice. Up the right wing, stick handling. Fogle around one man, but he lost the puck. Mikkola on it, the big defenseman for Florida. Sends it up the wall and out to center ice.
Yeah, the reason why the Panthers had such an easy entry there, Burrows, when he was trying to bring the puck out, his stick snapped in half, so he had no stick.
Here's a turnover, a chance in front. A backhander rolls off the stick of Foegele, as Foegele had Bobrovsky leaning a bit. But the puck wouldn't settle for Warren Foegele, and the Panthers will get it down. 7 minutes gone, second period. Preseason action in Quebec City tonight. 2-1 Florida leading. Kings on the attack. Laferriere on a shoot-in. He'll chase it down. Following up is Kopitar. Panthers work it up the wall. Luostarinen, a give and go. Comes to center ice, gains the red line, and will get it in deep. No, he didn't. It was blocked and quickly cleared back towards the blue line. Nate Schmidt, new to Florida. Panthers get it in on the right side. Pass broken up. Barkov tried to make the play. Here's Kopitar the other way, fighting off a check, a backhander as he drove in off the right wing, forcing Bobrovsky to make the save. Barkov again. Lead pass missed. Verhaeghe goes all the way down. Good hustle, Verhaeghe. No icing. Puck out to the left side. And Kings get a steal and work it ahead. 1-on-1. Here is Fiala, but he can't get around the defender. Good defensive play by Kulikov on Fiala. And to center ice, Reinhart will dump it in. Picked up off the wall by Byfield. Kings. Byfield to Spence, to Byfield, to the circle. Hands it off in the middle. Picked up by Fiala. Curls. Sends it across to the left circle. Worked up high to Anderson, but off his stick. And the Kings will have to recover.
Good puck possession there by the Kings. Selective. When they looked to shoot a couple of times, there was no shooting lane. They elected to hang on to the puck. Unfortunately, they couldn't capitalize and get the puck to Anderson up top of the umbrella clean.
11:20 left, second period. 2-1 Florida. Danault has the Kings goal tonight. Kings lob the puck down, and this will go for icing. Say, don't miss the home opener against San Jose, October 24th. And Chargers night, October 30th, against Vegas at Crypto.com Arena. Tickets at LAKings.com/tickets.
Well, the Kings, pretty good push. Again, very similar to the way they started at the beginning of the game. So far, out shooting the Panthers in this period, 7-2. Panthers have had a couple of chances down around that net area. Kempler's been able to turn them aside. But right now, Florida clinging to that 2-1 lead.
And off the draw, Adam Boquist centering pass. Couldn't get a shot. Schmidt from the left wing boards got it through from 45 feet. Kicked out by the Kings. Netminder played up the wall, chased down, got his own pass to the net. A backhander by Danault. Boy, did that go off the crossbar? Looked like it might have. Good effort there by Philippe Danault. Danault, along with Moore and Tanner Jeannot, figure to be a trio, a line for head coach Jim Hiller come opening night in Buffalo on Thursday. Schmidt's lead pass misses everybody, goes all the way down. And the Kings retreat. Turcotte stretch pass broken up. Puck picked up, Lundell with it through two defenders, lost the puck, recovers in too deep, tried to center. It was steered aside by the goaltender stick, Darcy Kempers. And a battle. Kulikov right side, got it in down low. Puck chased by Burrows of LA. Flips it over everybody down to the attacking line. A rolling puck gathered in and centered right to the goal mouth by Andre Lee. Lee again at 6'5", wearing number 47, trying to win a job on the opening night roster. As we mentioned, Lee, the last 2 years in the AHL with the affiliate, the Ontario Reign. Point shot, Ekblad is deflected wide. Looked like Barkov got a touch on it. Barkov behind the net, hands it out. Ekblad shot wide. Mikkola up to keep it in the right wing boards. Sends it in around to the left wing side. Winds up out at the blue line. Held in by Ekblad for Barkov. Barkov to Reinhart. High slot, feeds it down low. And a shot from in tight, just wide. Oh, good look there by the Panthers as Verhaeghe was set up. Panthers buzzing here. Panthers with a 2-1 lead. Barkov centers, quick shot. Reinhart. And it's deflected out of play. 9:02 to play. Second period from Quebec City tonight. 2-1 Panthers. We'll take a break. You're watching tonight on KCAL, listening on ESPN LA.
It's opening night for the Kings at Crypto.com Arena. Your Los Angeles Kings take on the San Jose Sharks on October 24th at 7:30 p.m. Come grab a rally towel and cheer on your LA Kings.
You've seen this before, but it was just a logo. We were just an expansion team,
adding 6 new teams,
breaking new ground for hockey. At first, it was just a goal, until it became a miracle. On paper, it was just a trade. Then you witnessed greatness. We were just the 8th seed. Now we're in the rafters. We were down 3-0. The rest is history. The thing about history, the more things change, the more they stay the same. But then again, it's just a logo. Legacy moves us forward.
Craft your perfect experience with LA Kings 10-Ticket Flex. Game day, your way. Choose your perfect experience. 10-Ticket Flex on sale now at lakings.com/flex.
So they start the season with the ultimate LA Kings and Mammoth Mountain prize package. One lucky winner will receive 4 LA Kings season seats, 1 2-night stay at the Mammoth Mountain Inn, 2 2-day lift passes, and more. Enter to win at lakings.com/mammoth. 2-1 Florida here in the final preseason game for the Kings, their 6th preseason game, 7th for the Panthers. Kings will open up their 58th NHL season in Buffalo on Thursday night. Kings begin this season with their first 7 on the road, a 5-game trip on the East Coast and then back home. 1 game in Anaheim, a day off, a game in Vegas, and then the home opener October 24th. Puck on the right wing boards. And as Spence got it down low to Kopitar, we got a whistle. I think they're ruling. I think Johnny Murray, the linesman, said it was a hand pass at some point. So a face-off at the Florida line.
Yeah, that's the motion he made, and I know Ekblad and Kopitar having a conversation as they make their way back over to the respective benches. Probably talking a little bit about that play. Again, preseason, as the players try to get themselves sharpened up, so do all the officials, get that timing back and, you know, understand what's going on the ice, get a feel for the game, and in this one here, they've kept it pretty tight.
Mentioned 26 healthy bodies for the Kings. They've got to get the roster down to 23 not playing tonight. Goaltender Copley, defenseman Englund and Caleb Jones, and 3 forwards as Bobrovsky covers the puck. The forwards not playing: Akil Thomas, Jack Studnicka, and Samuel Fagimo. So I don't know, Daryl, do you have any indication based on who's in the lineup on that 4th line tonight, who might be in the lineup or might make the roster come Thursday?
Well, I think when you're looking at putting a lineup together for the next game, that being the season opener, right now it'd be tough to try and talk me out of not having to put Lee in that starting group. He's had a solid game here again tonight. A couple of shots on goal and very responsible in all 3 zones.
Well, we'll see what develops the next couple of days. Nate Schmidt, shot from the left wing, handled by Kemper. Puck on the right side. And a battle down low in the corner. Players couldn't find the puck. Finally, it's controlled by the Panthers. They work it behind the net. Walking out, Rodriguez tried to catch the Kings goaltender napping, but Evan Rodriguez, who was a nice addition last year, had a good playoff for Florida. with that opportunity.
Yeah, definitely a depth type of guy to play off the rest of the guys, and good opportunity there as you try to get it to Kachuk.
Attention, WWE fans. If you're like us, you love a good fight and free money. Enter to win 2 tickets to Royal Rumble and $2 grand thanks to Morgan & Morgan.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you want a fighter, you can count on us. We have recovered billions and billions and billions of dollars for our clients. Injured, there's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Win 2 tickets to WWE's Royal Rumble plus $2,000. Enter now at morganwwe.com.
It's your moment. It's another handpick. Morongo's new high-limit room is awesome. Having a cheer with friends. Everybody having fun. It's a good day. You know this is your day. And you're the winner. Morongo. Good times.
Imagine a luxury tropical resort with swimming pools, master suites, and a staff catering to your every need. Well, there's a place like that right here in the valley, but there is a catch. It's not for people. This one is for the dogs.
The American Board and Kennel Association, they want to throw me out.
I'm taking you inside a dog hotel that's the first of its kind, and it'll make you wonder, is your dog's vacation better than your own?
7:37 left, second period. And the Florida Panthers, the defending Stanley Cup champions, with a 2-1 lead on a couple of first period power play goals. Barkov and Lundell. Samoskevich looks to be a pretty good skater. Worked it in behind the goal. Couldn't make a play, and the Kings out of their zone. Wristed in by Tanner Jeannot's out there with Trevor Moore and Philippe Deneau. Deneau has the Kings goal tonight. Luosterainen, cross ice pass. Kulikov ahead, steered down the ice by Lundell. Always a decision management has to make when determining an opening night roster are the contracts and whether or not players have to clear waivers to go down. If you put players on waivers, you risk losing them. And only a couple of players can go down without clearing waivers, Daryl. Well, one of them is not going to be sent down, and that's former first-round pick Brandt Clark. The other is Andre Lee, who's just a third-year pro. Turk out of steal, leaves the puck for Lee, couldn't get a shot through. Lee recovers out to Spence, feeds high slot, moving in, shooting wide was Trevor Lewis. Ekblad ahead to Verhaeghe, and he'll get it out to center ice.
Yeah, good shift by the fourth unit for the Kings, and they were out there against the Panthers top line centered by Barkov.
Yeah, one of the things that Jim Hiller is looking for, the Kings head coach in a fourth line, is consistency, energy, and he said you just can't be a minus player. You got to bring that energy and be smart. Love for all three forwards on that line to be physical, but sometimes you're not going to get that all the time. But those are some of the elements that he's looking for as the Kings tried to build some depth, because right now they look very good with Kopitar, Deneau, and Byfield centering lines 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I think when you look at that fourth line, you know, most appreciated by your own two teammates for the work that you do shift in and shift out.
Here's a chance. Gadjevich, and a good save in tight. Boy, that was a good look. As the Panthers were looking for an insurance goal, Kings now dump it down, and this is going to be called for icing.
As I mentioned, appreciated by your own teammates, that fourth line, for sacrificing the body, going in there, getting in the shooting lanes, the physicality that you're bringing. A lot of times you're the line that misses shift, especially when your team's down a goal. They like to try to roll the other guys and get them going offensively. And then the opposition, the respect that they have for you, because they know how hard it is to play that role. They also know how important it is, especially a team like Florida that had to utilize all their players last year in order to win a cup. Kings did it 10 years ago. Florida did it last year, and those guys are, when you're on a good team, your fourth line is very important.
Off the draw, the Kings dumped it down. Good hustle by Kempe, and the Panthers now in a bit of a pickle, but Mikkola got it to Ekblad, who lobs it past everybody and all the way down the ice. And a foot race, Rodriguez with Kyle Burrows. Burrows acquired from San Jose in the offseason, and it looks like he very much will be on the opening night roster as a right shot defenseman as the Kings to center ice. Fiala's lead pass intended for Byfield just broken up at the attacking line. Fogle the other forward out, and the Panthers take over. They've got a 2-1 lead, 4.5 left here in the second period. Pass across, missed. Matthew Tkachuk on right wing. Tkachuk begins his third year here in Florida, the former division rival of the Kings when he played 6 seasons with the Calgary Flames. Nate Schmidt on a shoot-in, the veteran defenseman. We mentioned earlier this is his first year with the Panthers. For Boquist, down to the right circle, he'll hand it off. Panthers work the weave, and a shot by Lundell from the top of the right circle sails over the net. Lundell, a goal in the first period. His goal right now is the difference as Florida has a 2-1 lead out there with Luostarinen, 2 very responsible players for head coach Paul Maurice. Pass in the middle, missed Lundell, went behind him and goes all the way down.
Good patience there by the Kings in the defensive zone. Even with Florida in clear possession of the puck, they held their ground, and Florida was forced to make a play that wasn't there, and the puck exits the zone.
Andre Lee back out there along with Turcotte and Lewis for the Kings, and they break up a clear out attempt by Florida, and Lewis and the Kings will get it in deep. Now they'll hunt it down. Turcotte is there with Lewis battling behind the net. In the slot, waiting for a puck, possibly is Lee, but Schmidt away with it for Florida. Will dump it down to the Kings line. Played right back into Florida ice with 3 minutes left here in the second period, and the Panthers leading 2-1.
Another solid shift there by that fourth unit, sent it by Turcotte. They spent the entire time on the offensive side of the center ice red line.
Now the Panthers turn it over in the neutral zone. Kempe picking up speed, sends it across to Kopitar, but he couldn't reach the pass. The other way, Reinhart for Barkov to Reinhart, but it's broken up. Good stick there by the Kings defenseman Mikey Anderson. The other way, LaFerriere on right wing. He's checked on the play, recovers, and will chip it in off the right wing boards. And up ice pressure. Kopitar with a steal. Through to the middle, but off LaFerriere's stick. Now behind the net. Kopitar up with the puck again. Kopitar dishes out left side. Quick shot. Save is made off Fiala, who just hit the ice. 2:05 left second period. 2-1 Florida. Deneau has the Kings goal tonight. Fiala, who just had a good look with it, hands it off. Burrows in on right wing. Dumps it behind the Florida goal. Fiala reaching for it. He's tied up. In to help out. Fogle. Now Byfield along the wall. Byfield with Reinhart and Fiala. They still try to work the puck free. We're down to 1:35 left in the period. Puck out to the blue line. Worked across. Clark down to the circle. A drive and just wide. Oh, Clark set up by his partner. Edmondson right side to Clark. Another shot blocked. Deflected wide. Jeannot screening the goaltender. Here's Byfield. Tied up by Jesper Boquist along the wall. And the Panthers gain control. Will lob it ahead. Gadjevich is chasing it down. He's sealed off by a couple of Kings. Now Tkachuk back out there, up with a loose puck, moving behind the Kings net. He's being written into the boards to the right of the Kings goal with under a minute to play here in the second period. 2-1 Panthers. Feed out up high. Ekblad with a shot blocked. Never got through. Tkachuk to Ekblad again. Another shot. Score! Might have been deflected in front. I think Gadjevich was cruising between the circles with 44 seconds left in the period. The goal by the Panthers on a deflection makes it 3-1 Panthers.
Yeah, I think you're right, Nick. I think Gadjevich is going to get credit with that one. Looked like an innocent play as the puck ended up high. A couple of attempts previous to that got blocked coming through the net. Gadjevich threw it at the net. Little bit of a gap between he and Clark on this one. It ends up dropping about 2 feet off the deflection. Darcy Kemper, he had his eyes on it, and it deflects right down and in between his legs. They're going to check it, get another look at it, but it looks like it's going to be a go, and 3-1 Panthers late here in a second.
Ekblad took the shot up high as he got the feed from Matthew Tkachuk. So the Panthers with what has been the only goal in the period, and it comes late here at 19:15 of the second period, and the Kings are down 3-1. Playback underway. At center ice, the Kings take over. Drop it inside the line. Spence plays it across. Anderson ahead, and it's steered in by the Kings with 10 seconds left here in the period. Feed on left wing. Samaskevich with a drop pass and a shot. Lundell knocked aside by Kemper, and that'll do it for the second period. So, Daryl, like period one, where the Kings only allowed 5 shots on goal, 1 at even strength. In the second period, the Kings only gave up 6 shots, but that last shot on the deflection was a goal, the only goal of the period, and after 40 minutes, Panthers have a 3-1 lead.
And you look at the goals that the Panthers have scored in this game. You know, you can sit there and say you get breaks, but you get breaks by doing the right things and going to those hard areas. We saw the one that came off the end boards in the first period on a shot that was wide. Lundell ends up putting that one into net. And this one here, Gadjevich positioned himself in the...
You've seen this before, but it was just a logo. We were just an expansion team,
adding 6 new teams,
breaking new ground for hockey. At first, it was just a goal. Until it became a miracle. On paper, it was just a trade. Then you witnessed greatness. We were just the 8th seed. Now we're in the rafters. We were down 3-0. The rest is history. The thing about history, the more things change, and the more they stay the same. But then again, it's just a logo. Legacy moves us forward.
Get incredible savings store-wide at Jerome. Plus, we'll lower your monthly payment with no interest financing with no down payment. Or we'll pay the state sales tax. And be sure to check out the incredible values at the outlet inside every Jerome. Jerome's.
Stop dreaming.
Experience the high-tech magnificence of an all-electric Mercedes-Benz SUV. Visit your Mercedes-Benz dealer for special offers on select EV models.
We hit a ceiling or resistance, which led us to over an increase overall for the year. But with that...
Those are crinkly.
Opening a bag of chips without making any noise is hard. Hiring Morgan & Morgan for your injury is easy. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, is easy.
Your doctor matters. That's why I'm here with Dr. Sean, the globally recognized authority on dental implants. Dr. Sean, could you share a success story with us?
Chris struggled for years with painful and missing teeth. In less than 24 hours, we changed her life. She now can eat, speak, and smile with confidence. She got a promotion, and she just got engaged.
Change your life today. Call 4M and get our best offer. Call 844-4M-DENTAL now.
Immerse yourself in a world of pop culture, gaming, cosplay, and comics at LA Comic-Con, returning this October 4th through 6th. Explore over 800 artists and vendors, meet and see your favorite celebrities, play games, and so much more. Get your tickets today at ComicConLA.com.
You've seen them, you've heard about them, and Jerome's is the place to get them. Genuine Tempur-Pedic mattresses, scientifically developed to deliver deep, undisturbed sleep. Plus, get 36-month no-interest financing at Jerome's.
Continuing coverage now of our breaking news.
3 absolutely major fires burning in our region at one time.
We're starting to get glimpses of the devastation left behind by these wildfires.
Take a look behind me. This is one of the homes that was destroyed.
There are firefighters on the sides of that house.
Our priority was life safety.
It is incredible to watch what they are doing out here.
Something that local residents of 30 years had never seen before.
God bless our firefighters.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
Jamie Maggio, Sports Central, KCAL Los Angeles.
All right, come on in. Welcome back into the KCAL studio for the second intermission report. I'm Darren Haynes. He is Josh Schaefer. All right, listen, Josh, the Kings will go as far as their goaltending will take them. What have you seen so far to Darcy Kemper?
Well, Darcy Kemper, obviously, is a former King, so they were excited to bring him back in the trade involving Pierre-Luc Dubois in the offseason. Right now, I think Darcy Kemper is a player who was injured a lot last year, was an important player for the Washington Capitals, or at least was expected to be. He had a down year. He had some injuries. He wasn't really involved in the team's playoff push, but he comes back to LA, still a Stanley Cup champion with the Colorado Avalanche. This is a guy who is a well-deserved champion, well-respected in the league, and now it's another opportunity for him to go back to LA and this time be the number one. When he was here for a short time a handful of years ago, he was the number 2 behind a future Hall of Famer in Jonathan Quick. So now he's back, and he's got an opportunity to be the number 1 for the Kings.
Right now, 3-1, Florida obviously up in that particular game. When you look at all these players that are here, is there one player that stands out to you that, like, wow, you shocked me?
Well, the preseason, I think, has been really good, especially for all the Kings offseason acquisitions. One guy who's really stood out to me has been forward Andre Lee. He battled injuries last year when he was with the Ontario Reign, his second-year pro. Was injured in the preseason, came back, scored in his season debut, had another injury, missed even more time, returned to the lineup, scored twice in his return. So he's a player that I think was really important for the Ontario Reign. Head coach Jim Hiller, unprompted, has brought him up in multiple press conferences throughout training camp as somebody who he really likes. And now it's starting to sound like he's probably going to be a guy that makes the opening night roster. And if you would have asked me if he would have made it maybe 5 days ago, let alone 48 hours ago, I would have said he's got a shot. But now I'm really starting to think he's probably a player who's going to end up with the Kings on opening night.
Well, Josh says Andre Lee is in. Write it down. See if it happens. All right, coming up next, we'll visit with former Kings forward Mike Donnelly, who has plenty of stories about playing with Wayne Gretzky. And he kept the receipts, y'all.
Suspect down.
Listen, I need to send you a crime scene that's developing right now. The desk is this innovative new design concept that we have that allows us to bring the viewers one step closer to what we're doing to uncover, discover, and bring you the news.
Mark, this is a pretty hard situation to get out of.
Yeah, the good news here, no life-threatening injuries. The driver was able to get out of this vehicle. Here in our desk segment, we're going to present that data to you directly. No filters, the raw, accurate information of what's happening in Los Angeles.
Mike, what are the details on this one?
You know, Pat and Chauncey, I actually have the detective on hold right now, so I'm going to get back to him in just a second. You won't get these kind of updates anywhere else besides here because we're getting them and giving them to you as soon as we have them. We heard this at the scanner at the assignment desk. There are just so many different resources at our fingertips and so many different people that we talk to be able to get the information to better serve our viewers. I love it. I think it's a way that we can bring viewers something that they haven't seen before on the news.
This is CBS Eye on Community.
In California, earthquakes, fires, or other natural disasters can happen without warning. It's important for everyone, especially older adults, to be prepared. Make sure you have a solid emergency plan and practice it regularly. For helpful tips and resources, go to aging.ca.gov or call 800-510-2020.
Sponsored by the California Department of Aging, your connection to aging resources.
You're driving and out of nowhere, boom! You're hurt in a car accident. Now you got medical bills, car repairs, and you got to deal with that insurance company. Boom! The problems keep coming. We help people in this situation every single day, and we've recovered hundreds of millions of dollars for our clients. Call us. We're the Law Brothers.
Call 1-800-222-2222. That's 1-800-222-2222.
It's
It's opening night for the Kings at Crypto.com Arena. Your Los Angeles Kings take on the San Jose Sharks on October 24th at 7:30 p.m. Come grab a rally towel and cheer on your LA Kings.
I love being able to have friends in this group. It's cool because they all support me, and we've gotten better and better and better. I like it.
Craft your perfect experience with LA Kings 10-Ticket Flex. Game day, your way. Choose your perfect experience. 10-Ticket Flex on sale now at lakings.com/flex.
How well do you really know people? What is the main reason to grow a beard? We look at questions from two opposite points of view. We asked married women, single men, and the right answers could lead to big money. It's time to take a ride on the flip side.
Weeknights at 6 and 6:30 on KCAL Los Angeles.
All right, welcome back to Kings on KCAL. Listen, you guys, for 5 seasons in the early 90s, that guy right there, Mike Donnelly, was a dangerous goal scorer for the Kings, including a career-high 29 when the Kings went to the 1993 Stanley Cup Final. Now, Donnelly is helping the next generation of Kings as a player development coach.
Here's Shednick. That shot rebound. Score! The Kings, Donnelly, park at the side of the net, getting the goal to give the LA Kings a 4-3 lead.
What was, like, the one thing that you missed the most about playing for the Kings?
When I look back at my time playing in LA, I think a lot of it had to do with the teammates that I played with. I'm fortunate enough that I still work with Luke and Rob. You know, we played together. I played in LA for 5 years, and you know, they were my teammates for 5 years. I think that's the biggest thing I miss is the guys that we had in LA, that just really good players, but really good people and good teammates, and it was, I miss that the most. And it's like when we see, you know, you see some of the guys we play with, it's like we're 22 or 25 years old again. It was a special time, and I think that would probably be the one thing I miss the most.
Gretzky coming for the net on the outside. Now he's in front. Score! And a heavy, heavy goal for the Los Angeles Kings captain, Wayne Gretzky, his 3rd of this game.
In your entire career playing with Wayne Gretzky, what's that one moment that you're like, man, this is a story I'm going to share about playing with that guy?
We were in a little bit of a slump, and we're traveling to Minnesota, and Gretz walks by my seat, and he dropped the newspaper down. It says, Gretzky's in a drought. He hasn't scored in 14 games. Donnelly hasn't scored in 10. Granato hasn't scored in 8. We go into Minnesota. I think Gretz had 2 goals and 5 assists. Tony had, I think, 3 goals and 2 assists. I had 2 goals and 3 assists. We just lit it up. Gretz was, you know, he's like, okay, listen, this is unbelievable. We're in the paper, and we're in this big drought and a big slump, and, you know, and I remember that like it was yesterday, you know, so, but we had a lot of success in Minnesota that night.
What are you teaching these young guys now from stuff that you learned during your time with the Kings?
I try to teach our kids, you know, the intensity, how hard you have to work, and it's, you know, it's very difficult. And so I try to teach them the compete part, the effort part. There's some details in the shooting and scoring that I can teach that a lot of these kids haven't been taught, and that they don't know it. But one good thing is, you know, the game's changing though, so we're always adapting. Like, so, I mean, even though I have some old school, you know, mentality in me, that I still have to adjust to the way the game's being played. One thing that we try to do with our players and our kids that are coming in, that we do teach them one thing, that we're behind them, and we're trying to support them, and we're trying to help them, you know, in every way we can. And, you know, from our experiences, or from teaching and coaching, or from our experiences playing, whatever we can do to help these guys and help the LA Kings be a better organization.
What a trip down memory lane there. All right, listen, 3rd period. This is it before they travel out to Buffalo for their first regular season game on Thursday. What would you like to see in this final period?
I'd love to see him stay strong on the forecheck, create some more offensive chances. We saw it in the first.
You've seen this before, but it was just a logo. We were just an expansion team,
adding 6 new teams,
breaking new ground for hockey. At first, it was just a goal. Until it became a miracle. On paper, it was just a trade. Then you witnessed greatness. We were just the 8th seed. Now we're in the rafters. We were down 3-0. The rest is history. The thing about history, the more things change, the more they stay the same. But then again, it's just a logo. Legacy moves us forward.
Hi, and welcome everyone watching at home. We're here to remind you that we have agents standing by right now to answer your legal questions. So if you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, call now. Find out if you have a case and how much is potentially worth. I'm Gina Bellich here with spokesman and TV personality Tom Mustin. So Tom, tell everyone watching at home who should call right now.
Well, Gina, first off, thank you for having me here in the studio. Now, as far as who should call in, the answer is anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault should give us a call right now. Agents are standing by to answer any questions you may have and tell you how much your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. So what kind of calls are we seeing today?
Well, Gina, we're getting calls about all types of accidents, but the most common has been car accidents. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, take that first step and give us a call. We'll answer your questions and you'll find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. Call now.
I can't get a hold of my mom.
I'm sure it's nothing.
I've called her 5 times.
I'm sure she's fine.
Is Grandma okay?
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
Don't worry, ma'am. We're sending help right now.
Hello?
Hello, this is Life Alert. Your mother had an emergency, and we dispatched paramedics to her home.
Oh my gosh, what happened?
She had a fall, but don't worry. She is safe, and the paramedics are helping her right now.
Thank you.
Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes. With one simple touch of a button, Life Alert sends help immediately. Whether it's to report a fall, a medical emergency, or an intruder, Life Alert sends first responders fast.
For a free brochure, call 800-989-1972. 800-989-1972. That's 800-989-1972.
We may not ask the hardest questions.
Name the type of music makes you want to get up and dance.
But we always get the best answers.
Classical? Boy, I'm on that elevator. Beethoven, come on.
Family Feud.
Hey, hold up, y'all. Don't press no more buttons. Let me go and get this in.
Weeknights at 7 and 7:30 on KCAL Los Angeles.
Back here in Quebec City, Nick Nixon along with former King left winger Darrell Evans as we get ready for the third period. With the Florida Panthers leading 3-1. Final preseason game for the Kings, and Darrell, as the Kings wrap things up and look ahead to the season opener in Buffalo on Thursday. What have been your overall impressions here in training camp? A couple of things that maybe have stood out to you with new head coach Jim Hiller. First time in 6 seasons the Kings have had a new coach to start a season.
Yeah, I think there's definitely been a notice in the aggressiveness that they're playing with, especially I think it has to do with the changes in the neutral zone, not nearly as passive as they were last year in the 1-3-1. 1-2-2 right now, and I think that translates to is the penalty kill as well. In a defensive zone in particular, they're very aggressive, jumping on the opposition, taking away their time and space. Hasn't worked tonight, but I think those 2 things that really stand out to me.
And Quinton Byfield down the middle. Confident with him to start the season at his natural position?
Yeah, I am. You know, especially when you look at the way the lines are made up. I think this is as balanced and as deep as the Kings forward contingency has been in a long time. Byfield, whether you want to call him the number 2, number 3 centerman, Deneau number 2 or number 3. The depth up the middle of the ice now, the way Byfield is playing, makes the Kings a tough team to match up against. We'll see how it all plays out on this first road trip where they have 7 straight on the road.
Yeah. Byfield will start the period with his line mates throughout camp and likely on opening night. Fiala and Warren Foegele. Foegele signed as a free agent in the offseason after 3 years in Edmonton, 3 previous years before the Oilers with Carolina. And he's made the playoffs in all 6 of his NHL seasons. So the Kings are hoping that he keeps that string alive in year 1 of his contract. Darcy Kemper figures to be the goaltender on opening night. Looks like he'll go the distance here this evening. Kings trailing 3-1. Kopitar with Laferriere and Kempe are out. Panthers get a dump in. Kempe back for the puck, tied up by Samoskevich, who sends it around the wall. Mikkola pinching to Samoskevich, whose centering pass is knocked away from the front by Jordan Spence. Samoskevich again centers, and it's just tipped wide. Oh, they had a great look right there. Losterainen just on the ice, but he missed the net. Now the wraparound attempt is denied. Kings cleared the puck from the front of the net. Right wing boards, it's Ekblad. Ekblad will hand it off. Samoskevich with a shot that's blocked, and the Kings lift it out to center ice. Panthers back quickly. Dump it into the right wing corner. Mikkola in deep, the big defenseman. Broke in with St. Louis. But now the Kings, Anderson with a stretch pass on left wing. Steered down by Alex Laferriere, who begins his 2nd season in the NHL and with the Kings. Turnover forced by Moore. Deneau to Moore with a shot and a save made. Oh, good play by Moore to break up the outlet, Darryl, and a give and go with his line mate, Philip Deneau.
Yeah, there was no hesitation. That transition to counterattack, that opened up the seam. Moore up high did a great job stripping the Panthers of the puck, got it to Deneau. Deneau backed everybody off a little bit, and then Trevor Moore came back in, let it go from around the hash marks. The goaltender, Bobrovsky, did a really good job coming out, absorbing the puck in his midsection.
And welcome to everybody watching tonight in Southern California on KCAL, listening on ESPN LA and the Kings Radio Network. 3-1 Florida. Early 3rd period. Again, the Kings season opener will be Thursday against the Buffalo Sabres, who started their season with 2 games in Prague with New Jersey. They lost today after losing yesterday. So they'll play the Kings Thursday at home, down 0-2 to start the season. Only 2 goals scored as we get a whistle for icing against LA.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be a desperate hockey club. They'll get a couple of days to be able to clean things up at home with some practice time, but Kings will also be in a good position over the next few days. And Jim Hiller talked about it earlier today and the other day prior to the game, that happy with where the team is. After the game is finished with Florida, then they'll focus all their practice plan and game situation the way they'll prepare to play against Buffalo.
Deneau, the face-off win in the Kings' end. Philip Deneau begins his 4th season with the Kings after he was signed as a free agent. Of course, a teammate of newcomer Joel Edmondson when they were with the Montreal Canadiens that went to the Stanley Cup Finals a few seasons back. Speaking of the Stanley Cup, with Florida winning the Cup last spring, in the last 13 seasons now, 5 franchises have won a cup for the first time. That string began with the Kings, who won it in 2012 and then 2014. Then you had Washington, St. Louis, Vegas, and now Florida. So good for those franchises.
Oh, yeah.
Florida came into the league with Anaheim back in 93, 94. So this is their 31st season.
You know, if Toronto wins a cup, they're going to be in that category too.
Yeah, there's a note on Toronto we'll pass along as Byfield shot from the slot goes wide. Byfield out with Fiala and Warren Foegele. 3-1 Panthers. Puck on the right wing boards. Foegele cross ice to Fiala, moving behind the net. Fiala chased in the corner by Ekblad. Got it out to the blue line. Spence for Anderson with a shot through traffic. That's gloved down with bodies flying in front of the goaltender, Rodriguez and Fogle. Toronto, of course, they're one of the original two teams, right? They've been around since the NHL. What, 100 and now 8 years the NHL has been around. In the first 50 years of the NHL, Daryl, Toronto won 13 cups, tied with Montreal, the Montreal Canadiens for the most in the NHL. They haven't won since. None in the last 57 seasons. Last time they won, there were only 6 teams in the NHL. That's how long it's been. They're a good team, but they can't get there yet. Anderson throws it off the end dasher. Kempe lost his helmet, has to put it back on or go to the bench. He has trouble getting it back on, so he does go to the bench. Samoskevich up the right wing for Florida. Will get it into the corner with the Panthers leading 3-1 in this preseason test. Outlet pass. Here comes Spence over the line. Dropping Fogel's 40-footer is wide. Karam off the board. Behind the net, came right in front, but cleared away by the Panthers and Adam Boquist.
Yeah, lively boards. We saw it played to the good fortune of the Panthers on their second power play and goal. That one right there could have very easily hit the goaltender in the back of the leg and gone in.
Panthers get it clear. Here's Byfield over the line. Byfield to the left corner. Leaves it for Fiala. Fiala outside the left circle looking for a play. On his backhand, hands it off to Byfield. Byfield with a shot. Saved through traffic with Fogle screening the goaltender.
Yeah, great eyes there by Bobrovsky. Fogle was there. Did a really good job along with Barkov. You've got two big bodies in front of the net. Bobrovsky went down low. And you can just see even Byfield, all he was trying to do was make sure that he got the shot through. He saw the traffic that was there, but Bobrovsky was able to outguess him. He finds the puck and hangs on.
3-1 Florida. Philippe Deneau, the only goal for the Kings. It made it 1-0 back in the first period. Then a couple of power play goals. Barkov and Lundell. Panthers led 2-1 after one, and Gadjevich on a deflection late in the second period. Edmondson for the Kings defensively with Brant Clark, a veteran with young Brant Clark, former first-round pick. Deneau, Jeannot, and Moore up front for Jim Hiller. Panthers looking to get it clear, and they get it ahead to Jesper Boquist. Couldn't make a play, gets it back, leaves it inside his blue line. Panthers content to play it off the boards. Gadjevich couldn't control it. Picked up by Moore. Moore checked at the attacking line and going to get a penalty here. Going to get a penalty for holding. And I think it's going to be against Florida. Yeah, and the Kings will have a power play trailing 3-1.
Yeah, that up ice persistent forecheck and pressure by the Kings, just trying to hem the Panthers in. Again, the Panthers are a very patient hockey club, but they end up drawing the penalty here. It would be a holding call against the Panthers, and the Kings with the power play get a chance to pull themselves within one.
So the penalty here at 5:38. Kings second power play tonight. Win the draw, set it up, a shot from the right side. Kings tried to get the tip, didn't get it. Fiala now for Kopitar to Fiala. One-timer is high and wide. And the puck off the boards and out of the zone. Clark out there with Fiala, Laferriere, Kopitar, and Kempe. Here's Laferriere. A right shot will sweep it in. Fiala chasing it down for Kempe. Kempe out to Laferriere to Clark. Clark for Kopitar to Clark. To Laferriere. In deep, base of the right circle, Kempe. Up top, Clark. Left side to Kopitar. At the goal line, Fiala. In the middle, up high, Clark. To Kopitar to Clark in the middle again. Off to Kempe. Couldn't one-time it. Now Clark with a shot. Blocked. And it deflects onto the left wing boards. Kings with a man advantage. Kopitar and Fiala work it out to Clark. Clark will send it down low in the left corner. Kopitar's pass broken up. Florida with it, and the Panthers will get a clear.
Yeah, good stick there by Ekblad. He kept himself between Fiala and Kopitar, denying the passing lane. Kings weren't able to make that pass clean. He pounces on the puck, sending it the distance, allowing his team to get a change.
35 seconds on the man advantage as the Kings go offside at the attacking line. One of the Kings went for a tumble. So we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone. Second power play tonight for the Kings. I mentioned earlier the Kings power play last year, 23%. Panthers on the penalty kill were 6th in the league.
I think you can bet without Drew Doughty being on the blue line, teams that kill penalties against the Kings are going to be very aggressive up high. They're going to force guys like Spence and Clark to make perfect plays. Not to say they're both not capable of doing it, but they're going to have to prove it.
Yep, and we'll see which one succeeds more than the other, and that will determine the ice time, obviously. Both are right shots. Spence, of course, was on that second power play unit quite a bit last year. Power play winding down, speeding into the zone is Byfield. Byfield one-on-one, lost the puck, tried to get around Ekblad, centered, and Moore scores. Well, Byfield stayed right with it, even though he couldn't get a shot himself. He threw it in front, and the Kings score as the power play came to an end. Trevor Moore and the Kings down 3-2.
Well, it was a good finish there by the Kings. Byfield generating speed, trying to go one-on-one against Ekblad. He reconnected. He ran out of real estate, didn't have much of an angle to put it to net. So instead of sweeping it on a bad angle, he sweeps it back out high. Trevor Moore, give him his marks. He kept himself away from the play. He came in on the delay. He puts it in the back of the cage. Kings to within one. It's 3-2.
Trevor Moore, a 30-goal scorer last year for the first time in his career, and another alert play, smart play by Quinton Byfield. Byfield now has 7 points to lead everybody in the preseason. This is his 4th game. So the Kings with the even strength goal. Back they come. Fogle centers. Lewis couldn't get a stick on it to deflect it on net. Mikkola will lift it over everybody for the Panthers. Get it down to the Kings line. Bouncing puck in the neutral zone. Played ahead to Barkov, but Florida offside. 11:37 left third period in Quebec City. Trevor Moore has made it a 1-goal game. 3-2. Panthers will take a timeout. You're watching Kings hockey on KCAL, listening on ESPN LA and the Kings Radio Network.
I love being able to have friends in this group. It's cool because they all support me, and we've gotten better and better and better, and I like it.
You've seen this before, but it was just a logo. We were just an expansion team,
adding 6 new teams,
breaking new ground for hockey. At first, it was just a goal, until it became a miracle. On paper, it was just a trade. Then you witnessed greatness. We were just the 8th seed. Now we're in the rafters. We were down 3-0. The rest is history. The thing about history, the more things change, the more they stay the same. But then again, it's just a logo. Legacy moves us forward.
Back here at the Videotron Center in Quebec, 3-2 Florida. Moore's goal came 6 seconds after the penalty to Balinskis expired. So even strength goal, Moore from Byfield and Spence. So Moore and Deneau, line mates, have The Kings goals here tonight, both at even strength. Playback underway. Kings moving right to left offensively as we describe it for you. And LaFerriere, Kopitar out along with Adrian Kempe as the Panthers are called for icing. Say, college students, are you looking for some King seats this season? Then join the LA Kings Student Rush program today and receive access to $25 tickets to select games throughout the season. Text STUDENT to 34309 or visit lakings.com/student. Home opener October 24th, Crypto.com Arena with the San Jose Sharks. Kings will start the new season on the road in Buffalo on Thursday. First 7 on the road to start this season. Remember last year, the Kings won their first 11 road games, an NHL record. A little tougher task, I think, this year. Here's Gavrikov. Over the line on left wing, wrists it at the net, and a save made. Bobrovsky will cover.
Yeah, perimeter shot there, and Gavrikov does the right thing. He looked over to his right. There was nobody to give it to, so he threw it at the net. Instead of just pulling back, that would have allowed Bobrovsky to put the puck down, giving it to his defense, sending the Panthers back the other way. But he went after Bobrovsky aggressively, forcing him to hang on, allowing the Kings to get a line change and create an offensive zone face-off opportunity.
Jim Hiller, Kings coach, Darryl, has liked the pair of Burrows with Gavrikov.
Yeah, there's a lot to them. You know, one's a calm player, and that being Gavrikov, and Burrows is an aggressive. He plays with an edge. He comes at you type of thing, and I think they complement each other nicely.
Clark right off the draw is set up by his partner Edmondson, but glove saved by Bobrovsky. So if what we see here tonight is what we're going to see on opening night, Gavrikov with Burrows, Edmondson with Clark, and then your third pair, Anderson with Spence. Again, Drew Doughty had the ankle surgery earlier this week, out month to month, and a big void that the Kings will have to fill, likely by committee, because Drew has led the Kings in ice time ever since he broke into the league. And most years he's in the top 5 in the NHL in ice time, if not the leader. Fiala over the line to Clark, down to the circle, to the net. Clark shoots. Save is made. Big stop by Bobrovsky as Clark tried to tie it up.
Yeah, Clark did a nice job waiting, trusting in Kevin Fiala, who made an exceptional play crossing the offensive line. He threw it back up high. That allowed Clark to be able to skate in, generate a little speed. He got down low to the left of Bobrovsky, who was unable to finish.
Back comes Florida. Chance from the right wing by Giles is turned aside by Kemper. I go back to that first goal of his career by Clark in Boston in overtime. Darryl, wasn't that a beauty? Comes out of the penalty box as the Kings are called for icing, picks up the puck, has a breakaway, and put all kinds of moves on the goaltender and got the game winner.
Yeah, it was incredible. Usually you have to make up stories like that for your first goal that you tell your grandkids many years down the road, but all he's got to do is say, take a look at the tape, and boy, what a goal that was. And I think right there it gives a pretty good indication that we're going to see a special player for a lot of years.
Yeah, you know, that's the difference between the kids now and when we were kids, Darryl. Everything's on tape.
Yeah.
So
no more lying.
You can't make up anything. No 4-foot trout that you caught. You got to have the video.
In 2 feet of water.
Yeah. Moore ahead for Deneau, moving in. Can he get a chance? Not yet. Checked on the play by Rodriguez. Kachuk will hand it off. Fans wanted a penalty to Ekblad, and Ekblad will dump it down to the Kings line. 3-2 Florida. Panthers with it, driving in. Barkov centers, and a shot from the right wing is deflected out of play off Adam Boquist's stick. 8:55 left, third period, final preseason game for both teams here tonight in Quebec. 3-2 Panthers. Will take a break. You're watching Kings hockey on KCAL. Listening.
Dude, you seen this new video?
It's good. It's funny.
No, that's not the funny part.
That's good.
Being forced to watch a 10-minute video is hard. Hiring Morgan & Morgan for your injury is easy.
Oh, it's the wrong video.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, is easy.
It's your moment. The views, the people. That's a recipe for a loving moment. Right now, it's the only moment. The seafood, the wine, the steak and lobster. Cielo at Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times.
It's not just a donation.
It's a warm blanket.
It's a bottle of clean water.
It's a roof and a bed.
It's knowing someone cares.
It's feeling safe.
It's a today that's better than yesterday.
Every dollar you can spare helps so much more than you can imagine. Please, donate now to help people affected by Hurricane Helene. Your support is urgently needed.
Nick Nixon, Daryl Evans here in Centre Videotron in Quebec City. Final preseason game for both of these teams. And it's 3-2 Florida. Kings making it a one-goal game on the goal by Moore. Puck down the ice and a battle for it. And away with it, Florida. Through center ice. Jesper Boquist, nice move, and he pokes it towards the net. Save is made, then going to be a penalty on the play as the net gets dislodged.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be goaltender interference, and I mean, you try to put the brakes on. I mean, it's not like he intentionally went through there.
Jesper Boquist, who played with Boston a bit last year, getting up, and I think he's saying, did I get the penalty? I got the shot on goal, but I think you're right, Daryl. Yeah, it's going to be interference. And the penalty at 11:21. And a chance for the Kings to tie it with a power play goal right here. And it will be Boquist, who had that nice effort to get the shot on goal to the penalty box.
Yeah, when he went to put the brakes on, he was already in the blue paint, and there's no way he was going to be able to stop on a dime right there, and his momentum carried him forward. He went in and leaned forward. Maybe that's what the officials, why they make the call, because they saw him lean towards a goaltender. Well, of course, you brace yourself when you're putting the brakes on like that, when you're going that type of speed. But what a move he put on the defender. Unable to finish, he draws the penalty, and we'll see if the Kings can strike on the power play to even it up.
Kings' third power play tonight. Now, the Moore goal earlier this period came just 6 seconds after they had the power play. And Deneau is out there with Moore. Byfield. At the left point, Spence. And a clear by Florida off the draw. Good aggressiveness by the Panthers penalty killers. Kings looking to break out cleanly and set up the power play. 3-2 Panthers. Here is Byfield. He'll chip it in. Turcotte is the other forward out. He hasn't played much on the power play here in the preseason. A board battle down low. Byfield rims it around. Spence across to Moore. Moore in the middle up high. Spence. Spence a nice move. Got it down low. Byfield centering pass blocked. Byfield hands it off. Kings on the power play. Byfield gets it back for Deneau. To Byfield to Spence. To Byfield to Moore left circle. Moore shot pass blocked. Moore again with it. Out up high right side Byfield. In deep right corner, Moore spinning at the goal line. Tied up by Mikkola. Got it up top. Byfield across to Deneau. Deneau rims it around. Right side Byfield. Kings on the power play. Leaves it for Moore, but as he turned in the middle, he got checked. And the puck out of the zone.
Great job by the Panthers penalty killers. They did not give the Kings any looks, any seams towards the net. That's why the Kings were forced to hang on to the puck and try to move it around the perimeter.
Power play winding down as Kopitar is back out with Kempe and company, but they couldn't get the puck in deep and set up a play, and the Panthers send it down. 13 seconds on the man advantage. Here's Adrian Kempe. He'll wrist it in. Fiala on the left wing boards, let it go to Kopitar. Kopitar then lost his momentum and lost the puck, and it's cleared as the penalty has expired to Jesper Boquist.
That'd definitely be an area the Kings will work on in a couple of days of practice prior to the game in Buffalo on Thursday night. Power play needs a little bit of work.
6:20 left, third period, 3-2 Florida. Kings in Buffalo Thursday night, late Thursday afternoon in Southern California to start the new season. Then they move on to Boston, back to Canada for Montreal, Toronto, and Ottawa. And finally at home. 18 days on the road. Longest road trip in franchise history. Started Tuesday here in Quebec, as the Kings now are called for icing with 5:52 to play in regulation.
And they go back home to play two more road games.
Yeah.
But those games would be close by, down the road in Anaheim, over in Vegas. But again, 7 straight on the road to start the season, and a good test for the Kings, especially with a lot of new players coming in. Again, chance the guys to bond on the road, be around each other, have some team meals, and that we'll see how it plays out as they take to the ice as they start the season in a very tough building for the Kings the last number of years in Buffalo.
Yeah, I think we were looking and talking about it. Kings have won only 3 of their last 20 games in Buffalo. And Buffalo's a team that I don't think they've made the playoffs in 12, 13 years. So it's not like they've been world beaters, but something about that in Buffalo that's given the Kings fits over the years. Mikey Anderson from the blue line, a shot blocked. Now Deneau with it, sends it across. Lee to Moore, but Moore couldn't get a shot away.
One too many passes, maybe.
Yep. Andre Lee. Kings just had the power play. That's why we have a different look here. Now Moore over on left wing to Lee with a shot, but the net is off its moorings. So the goal, if it went in, probably would not have counted. And the referee in the corner is shrugging his shoulders. I have no idea how the net came loose, but we get a whistle. Puck was out of play. And we'll step aside. 5:11 left, third period in Quebec City.
Friends in this group. It's cool because they all support me, and we've gotten better and better and better, and I like it.
It's opening night for the Kings at Crypto.com Arena. Your Los Angeles Kings take on the San Jose Sharks on October 24th at 7:30 p.m. Come grab a rally towel and cheer on your LA Kings.
Craft your perfect experience with LA Kings 10-Ticket Flex. Game day your way. Choose your perfect experience. 10-Ticket Flex on sale now at lakings.com/flex.
Have friends in this group. It's cool because they all support me, and we've gotten better and better and better, and I like it.
Third period winding down, just over 5 minutes left in Quebec. 3-2 Florida. Deneau and Trevor Moore have the Kings goals here tonight, both at full strength. Kings work the puck out up high at the blue line to Spence. Right side, Gavrikov, a one-timer floats wide with bodies flying in front of goaltender Bobrovsky, and now the Panthers will get a clear. Spence taking over ahead for Kopitar off his stick. Spence gets it back again for Kempe in on left wing. Along the wall, stops up, feeds the middle, but the pass broken up. Kings try to recapture, cannot. Samoskevich with it. Feeds it off the boards and down to the Kings line. Quick up to Byfield into the zone. Byfield a cross ice pass broken up by a Florida stick, and the Panthers do get a clear to center. 4:15 left in regulation. 3-2 Panthers as we get a whistle and hand pass being called. Panthers goals tonight: Barkov, Lundell, and Gadjevich.
Yeah, Panthers are very comfortable in this situation. Last year, a lot of games they were protecting 1-goal leads and were very good at it, starting in goal between the pipes and then everybody buying in. Collectively as a group, they move in sync out there. Kings are going to have to do something special here to try to get the equalizer out here, not finding a lot of easy chances towards the net.
Panthers rode to their first Stanley Cup, went through Tampa Bay, Boston. Finally beat Edmonton in 7 games. Panthers clear down. Under 4 to play. Kulikov back for it. He was reacquired. He was drafted by Florida to begin his career, but was reacquired last season, was a member of their Stanley Cup team. Couple of defensemen, veterans that left via free agency, are Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Brandon Montour. So they're looking at some bodies to replace those two on the blue line. Paul Maurice is their head coach. Paul Maurice is now 4th all-time in wins with 869. Scotty Bowman, of course, the leader. Number 2, Joel Quenneville. Barry Trotz third as Kings try to jump on a loose puck around the net, the Florida net, but the Panthers get a clear. 3 minutes left. Mikey Anderson bumped by Ekblad. Puck to Jeannot. Jeannot centers. Deneau couldn't get a shot through. Deneau to Moore up high. Hands it off. Gavrikov to Deneau. Deneau stick handling. Out to Gavrikov. Shot wide. Deflected wide through traffic. Kings need a change. Panthers with the puck. Samoskevich to the red line and smartly gets it in deep.
Now we'll see what the Kings do the next time up the ice. A little bit of communication being made right now between Jim Hiller and Darcy Kemper. Kemper heading to the bench.
Yeah, he is. 2:25 left. Kings pulling the goaltender. 3-2 Panthers. Mikkola feeds it on the left wing boards, and the Panthers will get a clear. So the net to our right is empty. Foegele on a shoot in. Mikkola got it from his goaltender. Mikkola along the boards, up and out of play by the Florida bench. So a break there, and that the face-off will stay in the Florida end to the left of Bobrovsky.
Again, another period where the Kings haven't really given up a lot in this game. Unofficially 14 shots on goal against, the way they're distributed. 5 in the first, 6 in the second period, only 3 here in the third. But they find themselves trailing by a goal. They got the extra attacker on the ice. Now you've got to bear down. You got to win this faceoff. It'll look like Kopitar to take it for the Kings against Lundell.
Foegele, Kempe out. Laferriere, Clark, and Fiala. And the puck over the blue line away from Clark, and the Kings will have to reset. The net to our right is empty in traffic. Kopitar tied up, gets it back, will wrist it in. 1:50 left. Bobrovsky will hand it off, and off the glass the Panthers will get it out to center ice. Loose puck played across. Foegele on a shoot in. Fiala on the left wing boards with Ostrainen and Kopitar. Kopitar up with it to Foegele and out to Kempe at the blue line. Kempe left side to Clark. Back to Kempe. One-timer. Save made. As Mikkola did a good job at boxing out one of the Kings in front of the Florida goaltender.
Yeah, nice work up high between Clark and Kempe, moving the puck between each other, changing the point of attack. When Kempe got the puck, he was wide open. He had a lane, but in front of the net, as you just alluded to, Nick, the Panthers defense did a great job at boxing out, allowing Bobrovsky to get an eye on it early.
1:25 left. Net to our right, still empty. Kemper on the bench. And off the draw, the Panthers can't get a clear. Byfield on the boards with Rodriguez, and Rodriguez will get it down. And this will go for icing. A minute 15 left to play.
Yeah, the Panthers just very stingily taking time off the clock here, not allowing the Kings to get anything going out there. It's probably going to be one and done. Florida very, very aggressive wherever the puck goes, doing a great job rotating off each other. And then when the Kings do get good clear possession, they're very passive, but they keep themselves in the lanes.
Off the draw, battle. Fiala's out there along with Jeannot. Loose puck comes in front, tipped up high. Spence with it across Byfield, fanned on a one-timer. Jeannot throws it into the left wing corner. Fiala is there for Jeannot behind the net. Around to Byfield, under a minute to play. Byfield back in deep, behind the net. Jeannot out to Byfield in the middle of Spence. Left wing to Fiala with a shot. Glove down. 46.6 seconds left.
Another perimeter shot by the Kings, being pressured all over the ice. Fiala, he didn't have much room to get that through. He threw it in, but an elevated shot, made it an easy save for Bobrovsky. He reaches up with his left hand, makes a save. Face-off will be deep in the Panthers zone to his right this time.
Kings have had the goalie on the bench for about a minute 40 seconds. 46 seconds left. Kopitar back out with Kempe. Laferriere. Fiala will stay. Clark is out. And Byfield is out. But off the draw, Florida gets it clear. Picked up. Kempe gains the red line on a shoot-in. Puck to the left of Bobrovsky. Kings get it to Fiala. Fiala on the left wing boards, tied up, and the Panthers clear, held in by Clark. He's checked off the puck. Empty net shot and a score. Gadjevich, his second goal of the game. And that should just about put the lid on this one. 24 seconds left, 4-2 Panthers.
Yeah, that puck was up in the air. A little bit of a gamble by Brant Clark. Of course, his team's trailing by a goal, so he's trying all he possibly can do to keep that puck in. When it goes off his gloves, he tries to put it down. Gadjevich was right there. He was able to block that puck going deeper and then skated it into the center ice area, found a spot in the net, giving the Panthers their 2-goal lead back.
So the Kings goaltender Kemper is back in. They drop the puck and the Panthers will get it down. As the preseason winds down, Burrows in the corner in a battle along with Jesper Boquist. Puck out of the zone past Kulikov and down. 4 seconds left. And that's going to do it here in Quebec City. Couple of great crowds here tonight and Thursday. They saw the Boston Bruins and the Kings on Thursday. They see the Panthers, the defending Stanley Cup champions, tonight, down the Kings by a score of 4-2. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. You've been watching the Kings tonight on KCAL, listening on ESPN LA and the Kings Radio Network. Jeff, I'll take this and then throw it to break, the big break 4, and then Jesse will take it out of break 4 and do Kings talk. This should be a 2-minute break here.
Look how much staff there is, Nick.